Pump. Hey guys, what is going on? It's Don here from Pandemic Playgrounds, and today we are going to be checking out an indie game called Astrox Imperium. Now, this game might look very familiar to you once you start playing. It's basically what I would say EVE Offline. So if you guys are familiar with the game EVE Online, it's basically an open world PvP where you can trade, be a pirate, do missions, stuff like that. This is almost identical to that, but it's PVE and you're playing on your own, which is something I really enjoy. Now, I've been playing EVE Online for many years from before, but I kind of got to a point where, one, the monthly payments were not cutting it for me, as well as it was getting a little bit more toxic than it normally should, so I kind of stopped playing EVE, but I did really enjoy that type of playstyle. It wasn't too, skill driven to the point where you need to pilot your own ship, but you're able to still do whatever you want, which is fly to certain destinations, mine, attack ships, stuff like that. Now, I really enjoyed playing this game. This game is still in alpha or beta now, because I see the B, but it is being updated almost every 30 to 45 days. So they made 136 updates since 2019 when this game was released. I do have the GOG version, so you can get this on GOG or on Steam. And I'll leave a link down in the description below where you get that. Now, I'm going to start a new campaign. There's so much you can do in this game where I'm not going to be able to cover everything, but I'll give you just the insights of it, just the beginning of it, so you kind of get the feel for it. So here we go. The graphics itself is not bad, but it's not great compared to today's standards. It's about 1 gigabyte the game, so it's really low, but because the graphics are not too intensive, you are actually able to play this on really low-end hardware. I could play this on an Intel GPU if I wanted to and still be able to get 30 frames per second, no problem. So that's one thing, that's a plus in its own. So basically, this is the campaign mode, and it kind of starts you off with what's going on. There are a few tutorials which I highly recommend to go through, because it'll actually show you every fundamental of everything, which is trading, mining, attacking ships, and a bunch of stuff. And you also earn experience and money as you do the tutorial. So I would highly recommend doing it if you don't know how to play this game or have never played this game before. So basically, the first thing we need to do is create our player. I'm going to hit escape over here to kind of jump into the access panel. Actually, no, we're already here. So let's do this. Alright, you get to name your pilot. So I'm going to be like, I'm going to name it Don. Oh, Don 1. Obviously, I've been playing this game already. Then you get to do character creation, so you can make it look whatever you want. You can do randomize and kind of just go through a few things. That looks pretty funny. I am bored. Oh, you know what? I am bored. Alright, so here you get to start with different factions. It does have its trade-offs for everything. So whatever you pick over here is kind of what the direction you're going to start off at, which will aid you. So if you're into attacking ships, you might want to do, you know, some sort of civil. Alpha is probably the most balanced. But I am going to start off with, let's see, I think labor is what I want to do. Mining, production, and all this other stuff. So it gives me all the skills. So this is similar to EVE Online where you have skills. I'll show you in a second, but it does make a difference. Now, starting profession, again, this is where you could kind of get all your trained skills to be at. So I am going to be a miner, and I'm going to confirm that. The music is a little bit loud, so I am going to lower that as soon as I load in. I'm sorry about the audio for this. I haven't even thought about how loud this thing gets. Okay, here we go. You can walk around. I haven't found anything that needed to do this. Again, I'm only like 5 to 10 hours into this game. So let's get going. Before we do that, let's go to audio and kind of lower everything down. Master music volume's got to go down. Like, I don't need that honing noise. It's not bad, it's just I don't need that type of noise. The sound effects is good enough. Let me lower this as well and lower this a little bit. Save changes. And going through the options, you do have general where you could quit and save. You can reload the game, submit bugs, self-destruct. The graphic options, you can change the scaling depending on the screen that you're using, and you can add a lot more exposure and different settings to this. Now, in the main menu, you also have a different graphic option. So this option is different from what you would get from the main menu. The main menu one would allow you to change the resolution. Over here, you can't. You're already loaded into the game. You have your audio like you saw, your hotkeys, and then your extras, game speed, stuff like that. What I would like to do or recommend is run in background, because as soon as I click off on this, okay, let me show you a quick example. So you see all these lines running? As soon as I click off on this to something, it pauses the entire screen. So it's not training your profession or doing anything. So I would recommend going into here and kind of run it in the background. So now if I do click off on the screen, it will still be running in the background. So if I'm like trying to warp from one place to another, I don't want to click off on something and then it just stops me from warping, or pauses the game technically. So here we go. We do have this person, and I think I could probably start off with one mission. What she's going to tell me to do is equip some stuff. Evac that. Okay, so just give me the basics. Intro tutorial. Can I change my mind? Okay, I'm going to hit next. Post later, sir. Go to cargo. So basically, go to garage. Hit tab. Slide this out. I do not have my weapon here, do I? Oh, my pulse laser. Clicking and dragging the item from the garage, and you can activate the module. So I do have an ore harvester and a pulse laser. Next, click to undock the button. Press Z to have a given special mission. Tactical sensors, anytime. Okay, let's undock. So right now we have the ship. And like I said, this is very familiar to you if you played Eve before. You basically could right click and look around, zoom in. And what's cool is if you zoom in all the way, it gives you a first person view of inside the ship. You could zoom out all the way and then you get the map. And then you could keep going. Spacebar gives you a tactical view, which is something I use all the time. I almost leave this on religiously. I don't do anything else. Right here, she's just showing you the basics. Mining tutorial, spacebar. To go into this view. I do see this, so I'm going to go hit the hotkey T to bring up my targeting, or you could just hit the little caret over here. Select the rock that I need to do, which is this yellow one, because it's part of a mission, so it's yellow. I'm going to hit next, and if you double click on it, it will autopilot there. M is the map view, but I don't need to see that. You can move the ship by WASD. So I could actually do WASD. I'm still on autopilot, so it's going to direct me to that location. But say I get off autopilot, I disabled autopilot. I could stop the ship, go forward with WASD, slow down, and all the stats are on the bottom left. Hitting control, hitting shift will give you your boost, and hitting your cap locks will actually make it permanent. Not permanent, but it'll toggle it. So now that I'm close enough to this special ore, like EVE Online, all you have to do is either press the targeting buttons, like so, or you can hit the number 1 or 2, or depending on whatever weapons you have over here. So now that I'm done with this mission, that was really quick. All I had to do was mine something. It's probably going to want me to go back into head back to the same station. Okay, so to head back to the same station, I know where I came from, this direction, so I'm just going to scan it just to make sure. And there are a few other stations here, so I could scan this as well. Right now, my system can only do 4 targeting at a time, so I am going to leave it targeted. That doesn't mean you can't have more items here. You just have to untarget them by pressing X. Now, the item is still here, and it's still named. Like this station will still have its name, but you're not targeting it. To head back, I just double click, and then it's going to autopilot me back to that area. pressing caps locks will get you there much quicker. And to dock a station, it's pretty easy. You just get close to it and there's a button on the bottom. Same thing with jump gates. If you want to get close to it, there is a little button you could press just to enter the station. And there we go. We have 6,300 credits. And now I have my next mission. Now keep in mind that every time you land, you do have to pay. Not every time, but almost every time. What are we talking about now here? Congratulations. Oh, see, this is how you get your skill points. Every time you do something, attack, mine, or whatever, as you go on, you level up and you get skill points. Now I'll explain that in 1 second. Great spending time with you. I'm not sure. Okay, too much. I'm sorry, I can't. No problem. Maybe later. So I'm done with her. There's another mission that I could pick up to do attack missions, which it doesn't matter for me right now. I'm just playing around and showing you guys. If you head over to university, this is where your skill is at. These are all the things you can level. Now, keep in mind that these mean that you are not in level 1 yet. It means that you could train it to level 1, but you're not in level 1 yet. I actually got confused on that because I needed laser operation level 3. I thought I could level it up, and then when it says 3 out of 10, I'm at level 3, but it's not. You're actually at level 2. So, to level something up, all I have to do, say like utility ship operation, you could train this level 1. What that is useful for is, if I wanted to fly a battlecruiser, it's going to say, hey, you need to train destroyer ship. Destroyer ship will say you need to train the carrier ship. Carrier ship will say cruiser. Cruiser will say you need the frigate. And then frigate, which is down here, says you need utility ship operation to level 1. So in order for me to get this and level up the ranks to fly other ships, I will need to level this up first. I could click on that, confirm skill, close, and now because I'm at a station and docked, it's half the time. And you can see this bar on the bottom left, it's actually increasing. And then once it gets to 100%, it's going to be level 2. So while that happens, I'm going to go over to market, and here is, every station is different, so you can actually do trading. I don't know if there is a website for to map out all the commodities. So I've been doing this on my own. I actually haven't been doing trading much because there is the lack of a website. But if you want to venture off on your own and mark some locations down and do some quick trades, you can do it and learn through here. So mainly what I'm looking for is active modules. These are all the guns that you can purchase. You can't necessarily use them all. Like Blaster level 3, it will say laser basic operations require level 3. Obviously I don't have level 3, so it's not going to allow me to even mount it, so I wouldn't buy it. But if you are beginning, I would recommend some sort of stronger gun, because it helps with attacking stuff. Same thing with Ore Harvester. This is Ore Harvester 6. It's going to require level 6. What I like to do, because I'm in the mining operations right now, I'm geared towards that. I will actually find some stuff that will gear this up so I could get faster mining. Now, because I mined this ore before, I could just drop it into the menu over here and confirm the sale, and I can make an extra 400 bucks. You do have a market log that will log everything that you buy and sell from the beginning all the way from when you started the game, so it's really cool that you could like track everything. You're also going to need to know that you have a life bar, you could say. So if you go over to garage and go over to life support, you do have stuff that you need to keep yourself alive. So we do start off with protein bar. You do eventually need to buy all this other stuff just to keep your health at 100%. Now, that's only when you're outside in the space of void or void of space, because when you're back at the station, everything just refills back to 100%. So you just need to keep this up and going as you're outside in space. The longer you are, or the more you try to fly around to discover other parts of the space, you're going to need more protein bars and water filtration. So does this work? Basic filter. There you go. And I do have these other things I could mount on. Now, let me see if I could... I don't even know if I want to grab a quick attack mission, but let me go over to lounge and I could talk to... There's mercenaries that you could hire, entertainment, you could buy beer and stuff like that. These are news events that happen throughout the day. You go to offices, and these are all the tutorials you can do, like basic combat, life support basics. everything. I would recommend just going through them if you're not familiar with them. Like, I don't need the camera basics. Navigation, you might or might not need to do that. It's very self-explanatory, but like basic drone operation, combat, life support, those things do help. Basic fleet command also. I have not found the wormhole yet, so I haven't done this tutorial, but yeah, all of this is pretty good. Now, if I go into basic combat, I'm ready to start. They're gonna tell me, like, D for hotkey for this system nav. It tells you, like, if you're familiar with Eve, I keep referencing to that. Anything that's 9 plus or 9.9, that basically means the system is safe, and it also means how fast the police will get to you if you get attacked, or if you are planning to attack someone. So anything below 5, the police might not even show up. It's 5 plus is when there is safety. It's safe to mine there, it's safe to go around, you don't have to worry about people attacking you. Anything 5 and below is where you have to worry and people might jump you at the jump gate or something like that. So just keep that in mind on what system you're in and what the security is. So I'm going to go to a short version, and basically it's going to tell me to go through the stats panel, which is right over here. We got our mission logs, we got all our stats. I'll tell you, like, this is shield, this is armor, this is energy that you shoot your weapons with, and this is, actually I don't remember what that bottom is. I think this is the health, this is the life support, yeah. Because I always had it full, I don't even remember. So, basic combat tutorial, I'm just going to go through this. Red is the life support, and then mouse over stats panel, and then you see a life support. Basic combat tutorial, go to garage, and earlier, okay, so what I'm going to do is go over to my garage. Oh yeah, because I didn't mount both the harvesters, I kept the pulse laser, I'm just going to keep it like that. Next, drag the modules over, got it, got the pulse laser number 1, make sure everything's okay. Let's do this. So I'm going to undock, hit the targeting key. You can easily turn on and off your autopilot with E. Next, pulse laser, click on 1. Okay. Target drone. So they dispatch a drone, and I think it's this guy right over here. Nope, let's see. Do they have a marker? This one right here. It's red. So I'm going to target it. I'm going to double click it just to start navigating over to that area and see where I'm going to head towards. Pressing 1 will activate my gun, so as soon as I'm in range, it'll just start shooting. And on the left side, you track your mission. So as soon as you defeat this guy, it will automatically say completed. So right now, every time I do an attack, it's kind of like dumb if you use autopilot and then just attack, it's just going to point to him. So you might want to press E to get off auto attack and kind of just fly around as you will. It's pretty, like I said, self-explanatory as far as like flying goes. You could rotate up or down. Autopilot does help on certain situations. So I'm always like in battle going in and out of it. I'll fly around and then autopilot to point my ship back to the enemy. So let's defeat this guy. It's pretty simple right now. There's not much going on, but it did drop some stuff, which is pretty interesting. It's very hard to see, so I tend to just go into this mode, and you can see that there is a crate. And with that crate, there's a button on the bottom that I can open up, and now I get myself a new gun. That's basically what this is telling you. And when you are done, you see objective complete, tutorial. You can now head back to Biomate University, and look, I leveled up, so I got 12 more skill credits. We are done with this. There is ways to salvage the other stuff, the other components that he dropped off, but because I don't have a tractor beam or anything, I can't do that. So I'm just going to head back to Biomate University, double click over here, it'll just automatically pull me back. And I'm guessing you guys understand the concept of this game. It's a lot of fun. First thing I would normally do is go to Hanyu. That's just my thing, because I will show you in a second. Let me just drop this mission off. There we go, tutorial 2, got some credits for that. Hit OK, thanks for your help. And no thanks, I need a break because it's going to bring me to the next tutorial. You can keep going on and on with the tutorials. So what I'm going to do here is pop out of the station, go over to map, and double click on that. It's going to automatically find the gate for me and also scan the object for me. So I know that next time in the future, that is the gate I need to go to. I'm going to hit caps locks, and you can see my speed increase, so it just gets there a little bit faster. I'm going to go to the station called Transponder or Transporter, something like that. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. But you can cancel the jump operation by hitting this X. It's going to automatically do it. Here we go. This is how it looks. It's actually not too bad. It's a pretty cool game. It's very subtle. It's very fun. I think I need this place, or is it this place? So I'm just going to scan them both. This here, transporters. So, hit caps lock again, just so it can automatically fly me there faster. It won't auto dock. You do need to press it every time. So, the reason why I'm here is because in university, there is this thing right here called Ship Mass Engineering. With this skill trained, so I'm going to confirm training. As long as you are docked at the station, the skill will train twice as fast. Once undocked, the skill will resume at normal rate. This is pretty quick, but what this does is each level reduces the mass of your vehicle, okay? I don't necessarily need this one, but this will level up another ability that increases my cargo by 20%. So, with that being said, I am also going to need... Is it on this station? Yes, Ore Harvester 3, which is 17,000. I am going to buy this one. You know what? I'm going to buy this one twice because I want 2 of them. Go to my passive modules, and then I'm going to go to Advanced Cargo. This is 16, so I have enough money for that. So now I'm down to 18. And while I am here, actually I could carry everything. So I'm going to go over to Garage, get rid of this. Get rid of this. Advanced Cargo Expansion, then Ore Harvester, and then Ore Harvester 3. So now, mining is nothing to me. It's going to be super quick because I'm able to support these bigger ore harvesters. You can technically go up to, I think, level 4. I think that's where you start up as. But let's see where we are at. Okay, Ship Mass Engineering is trained. I'm going to pop out of this now, and then head back over to my station, just because I have to go back to that university to train the cargo. And that's how it is. There's a lot of skills. Not one place has all the skills. You have to fly around, and each one has different skills and different things to do. And it forces me to go to each base and kind of see what they have, what university, what missions. I check everything as I go, and then I kind of just memorize as I go along. But I've been playing this game for a good amount of time right now, for the past week and a half, and I really can't put it down. It's really easy, but it's really hard at the same time. Alright, now that I'm back at this base, go back to university, and where is this cargo? Ship, cargo, stacker. Oh, so now that I trained that, it even says so. Ship Mass Engineering skill trained to level 1. So this wasn't unlocked until that was trained. And then you just go in here and train the skill. What's weird is, see, Ship Mass Engineering, I just got it to level 1, and this automatically went to level 2. So you basically unlock this ability to get more cargo. And with that, you do have the harvesters, and in my storage, since this is going to be my home base, I'm going to drop everything here. This way I don't have to carry that many cargo, and then I can go out and mine. Mining on my end is actually pretty fun. I go out and search for these different types of rocks, find locations to sell them, and then I make a big profit. When you go into missions, there are way much better missions, something like this, like Hunt Level 1 Raider, Hunt Level 2 Raider. These are so, Hunt 1 Level 10, but these are so much more fun and easy to do that you could stack a good amount of money really quick in the beginning. Level 10 is basically almost what you can do only right now with the weapons that you have. I would definitely get better weapons to clear them faster, but you are able to do this at the level you are at right now. They have mining missions here as well. Locate and scan, recover. I don't see any mining missions. But they do have mining missions here as well, telling you, hey, go over to this location, mine this particular rock, and bring it back to this other location. And you get paid for both. Not only the extra amount of stuff you mine, but also for the mission credits. So those are pretty easy as well. They pay pretty well, especially if you find something that's hard to, not the standard rocks that we were just mining. Here is my operations done. It is. So now I have 524 operation level. And if I wanted to, I think I could keep going at it and making it bigger. Cargo stacker level 4 adds 40%. And then you just need more skill points. So it's 20 skill points and I only have 22, so I'm not gonna do that. But now I am actually gonna go out and find a rock to mine. It could be anything. Let me see, maybe something like this. I'm gonna scan this. These are standard rocks. You're not gonna get paid a lot, but with 524 cargo, you'll get a good amount. Let's start heading towards that. I know it's gonna be the standard adamite, right? Adamite ore. Hit control. And I'm gonna head there faster. So now, when I was mining before, we were only getting 8 per shot. Okay. So now if I use my guns here, as I get closer, we're now doing 44. So it fills up so much faster in the cargo. This will take maybe a minute or two to get to the full extent. And then here I think is 10 grand, 7 grand, something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head how much it was because I haven't been mining these for a while. This is like the first basic rock you will mine. On my map, in my game, it's like much more wider. I've been around so far. Now, have you noticed that pop-up that just came up? I leveled up. I got more skills now just because I've been mining. So anything you do will increase your player level and give you skill points. So just keep at it. Alright. 84. I think there you go. It's not like I can fill up anymore. Head back to the university. Autopilot's so nice on this. And alright, drop it back in. Go into market. Let's sell this. 3,000. Okay, I'm way off on that price. But yeah, for $3,264, that only cost me a few minutes. And now I'm back up to 20k. Obviously, I have more cargo, better weapons. It's a completely different ship that I have on my other game, but I'm just showing you the basics. But that is it, guys. I mean, this was a very enjoyable experience. I've done this video with minimal editing, and it was already half an hour just explaining the beginnings of the game. So this game is definitely a lot of fun. You could do a lot more than what I'm just showing you, like trading, pirating, different types of mining, fleet management, like just so much more where I haven't even got to yet, but I can't wait to get to that point where I could fly my own battle cruiser and have a fleet with me to go into battle, you know? Anyway, that is it. If you guys like this video, please hit that like button. If you guys have any questions, hit it down in the comments below, and thanks for watching.